All right, y'all, it's time to tap back into supreme consciousness, right? Like I said a million times, we are God. What is God? God is that big ocean of consciousness. We dipped our human avatars in there, and hey, inside of us, inside these human avatars, is that same consciousness in that ocean. But as individual souls, we've been making the decisions and not letting supreme consciousness make that decision or those decisions or these decisions for us as we come into our human lives as in 3D. And you see how that's been working, right? You got other beings that dip their cups into that same consciousness. And it's several different avatars that we have. All right, y'all? But in order to really enjoy life as we go out of 3D into 5D, we have to tap back into that supreme consciousness, all right, that we came from. And in order to tap back into that, we have to let it guide us without thought. Like when you see babies and stuff, when they first start walking, crawling and stuff like that, you'll see that they'll do things that can hurt them, but they'll laugh about it, right? Until we grab them like, hey, don't go in that road, a car hit you. Get away from that animal there, it might scratch you or something like that. But that baby just remember that consciousness takes care of us. The only reason we don't remember because we paid to get in this creation by giving up our memory, giving this game the illusion of time, and giving up all our God abilities, which means that we disconnected from supreme consciousness. Some people call it God, some people call it source. But as we get into 5D and beyond, we have to connect back to that supreme consciousness. That, like, we dipped our cups in as the human avatar and got that consciousness out individually. But that ocean of consciousness is still there. We didn't get all of it out. It's still there. And there are several other different beings that we call aliens with their pieces of that consciousness too. But in order for us to enjoy and remember who we are and enjoy creation, we have to let that consciousness do the thinking for us. We have to let that consciousness take over from our minds and guide our bodies without thought. That's us. That's that consciousness, that supreme consciousness is God. And that's where we're from. So in order to experience any kind of creation to the best of experience, like experience to the best of experience, we have to let that consciousness, the supreme consciousness, drive us. Because when we do it, I mean, come on, y'all saw how this life went. But we had to drop down in frequency into sin to have these experiences that consciousness actually wanted to have. Because like I said, all of us are consciousness, but we all need to tap back in to the supreme consciousness. You know how they say, like, all glory be to God? No, all glory be to that consciousness, which you can call God. You can call it anything you want, semantics. But it's time to tap back into that supreme consciousness and let it provide for us. Let it reward us for just existing, because it is us. We are that consciousness. We are supreme consciousness, but we're individual souls. And as we come out of sin, we then become that consciousness and we connect back to it. And we just live in eternal bliss. So right now, fam, it's the time to connect back to that consciousness. How do we do that? Drop sin. 7 deadly sins, drop it. Politics, science, religion, drop it. Love everybody unconditionally, because everybody is you. The Big Bang. We just broke ourselves up to enjoy this creation in the good ways and the bad ways, to get all these learning experiences, because we've never suffered in any kind of way before. We've never done it. Now we have, and now we're more supreme beings. And the game is pretty much over. It's not over for the ones that's still in 3D, believing in science, politics, religion, and separation. All that shit is an illusion. Competition, illusion. The game is over for the ones of us that are in 5D, that are loving more unconditionally, have more integrity. We love people without expecting anything back. No enemies. And they don't even know that, but I do. But yeah, we have to get back to supreme consciousness, man. And that's God for a lot of people. And y'all finna start finding out a lot of stuff, man, in science, politics, religion, sports. All that is an illusion. All that was created to drive the narrative of this game that we designed. Okay? We made this game up to experience it. We're just consciousness experiencing itself, man. That's it. In the human avatar. And the aliens that are coming, which are not aliens, they are just us. When they reveal themselves, like they already been here anyway, but once they reveal themselves, they're just going to help us. But we have to take the free will. We have to use our free will to choose a higher consciousness. How do I know we have a higher consciousness? Well, I have 5D consciousness right now. And when you go to sleep, let's say when you go to sleep and start dreaming, you don't even know you're dreaming because you're not. That's really a creation that you're in. That's one of your creations. But you think that is you, right? It is you, but you think like that's the you. But when you wake up to a higher consciousness, you're like, oh, that was just a dream. All right, you in 3D. Well, your 5D consciousness is waiting for you to wake up out of that. It ain't like you're asleep, but you're like consciously asleep. In 5D, 6D, 7D, 5D and beyond, man. And we're just going to be waking up out of it, out of that pyramid. And as we get to the top of that pyramid, we're going to be the angel on top of the Christmas tree, the eye on top of the pyramid, the Illuminati, the illuminated ones. Yeah, they know what's going on. They know it's all a game. That's why they playing on y'all top. There's no evil here. Those politicians, those celebrities, sports athletes, no, Masons, all of them know that this is a game, man. And they illuminate it. But they ain't the only ones. Skull and Bones ain't the only ones that know this is a game. This is a game that we came here to experience under duress. All right? So let's merge back to that supreme consciousness. Remember who and what we are, because we are God. And go back to bliss, man. And heaven here is not the only heaven. You have your own heavens. Okay? You have your own creations. Okay? You have your own. You can experience physicality with no limitations. Whatever you want to experience can be done. Whatever you think of can be done in your own creations. You have your own heavens, man. You might have more than one. All of us do. And we have millions upon millions of beings that have millions upon millions of creations for us to experience. That's what we were doing before we came here. Even the Bible say I knew you before the womb. Like, come on, man, that fake Bible. But it's a lot of truth in it. You just got to have the eyes to see it or the ears to hear it. But yeah, let's get back to that supreme consciousness, man. And leave politics, science, and religion, hate, fear, all that in the dust. Because gods don't hate or fear anything. We live in love. All right? We drunk in love. You know how some people like to get drunk? Yeah, they get that feeling. They have that feeling, or they have a nostalgic feeling of, dang, I used to feel like this before, but we was drunk in love, not in alcohol. In love, all right? A lot of people on drugs and get that high. No, we are the most high. We are naturally God. We are the most high, all right? So, yeah, let's get back to love, man. Love everybody unconditionally because we're playing a character. Everybody is you. You are the eye on the top of the pyramid, man. All right? That's about it right now. Long rant. If you're here, if you made it this far, I love you, man. And we finna get back to bliss, man. And it's starting right now. Let 3D go. All right? 5D and beyond. Love y'all. Peace.